hugging all the people's fursuiters and inanimate objects. Mother of God. And hi everyone, my name is Stormi the Folf, and today I want to once again discuss tips on how to make your furry convention hotel experience a more pleasant one. Now, when you're not out and about hugging all the people's fursuiters and inanimate objects, or at the rave, or out at dinner, the dealer's den, artist alley, whatever, chances are you're probably chilling in your hotel room watching Pokairu, Netflix, Hulu, or me if you actually find my content entertaining for some reason. But sometimes things aren't perfect. Life's not perfect. Things may not go as planned. You might find unexpected charges to your credit card. Maybe the hotel charged you more than you expected. Maybe you've got some jerks next door who won't shut up at 4 in the morning. So yeah, let's talk about how we can minimize all of these issues and make your hotel stay a more pleasant one. Now, because these problems could pretty much apply to most convention hotel stays, you can use these tips for pretty much any convention you might attend or just hotel stays in general. So without further ado, let's begin. Which hotel should you choose? Do you have lots of money, patience? Can you deal with crowds? Did you win the lottery at some point? And you're the world's fastest typist? Book a room at the main convention hotel. For fursuiters and those of us with mobility issues, reserving a room at the convention's main hotel is usually the best option. But that may not be an option, especially when the rooms sell out in 0.5 of a nanosecond or something, and or you don't win the room lottery, which is an emerging trend amongst bigger furry conventions like Midwest Fur Fest. So, what do you do if you can't get a main convention hotel room? Find a roommate, someone you can trust. Ask a friend. Don't know anyone? You can find roommates on conroomies.com. Reserving a room. Get your information all together, like credit card numbers, names, birthdays, phone numbers, all the things before the rooms are available for reservation. The reason you want to do this is because if you try to get this all together the very second the rooms go live, there's a good chance you'll miss out on getting a room. Now, if you can't do this due to work or school schedule conflicts, have a friend or relative do it for you. Oh, and in most cases, you'll need to be at least 21 in order to reserve a room. Anyway, once the rooms are up for reservation, enter everything as fast as you possibly can, like you're really angry or something. You're just going, ah! And of course, plan for a fallback if you don't get the room, which is a very good possibility, especially if you're getting a room at a bigger furry convention. For some reason or another, page crashes and load errors seem to be a common thing when booking a room for a big convention. And one more thing, it's better to arrive a day early for bigger conventions. We'll get to that in just a moment. Money, finances, moolah. Make sure you've got enough money on your credit card or in your account before arriving. You need to account for food expenses, dealer stand doodads you might pick up, tips for your bellhop, gas money if you're driving, money for your plane tickets if you're flying, and all the other things. Keep your potatoes in order or things will go south very quickly. Don't get yourself stuck in Atlanta or Pittsburgh, hundreds or thousands of miles away from home. You need to budget appropriately. Make a spreadsheet if you can. Getting to your room. Now, when you get to your hotel room, make sure everything works as soon as you get there. I mean before you unpack anything. Check all the important bits like the air conditioning, the toilet, the bathroom door, the TV, the lights, every mechanical and electrical doodad that you plan to use during your stay. Make sure everything is in the room as well. I've had instances where the bathroom door would be broken, a light wouldn't work, the Wi-Fi didn't work, and so on. If something's missing, like a fridge for instance, or if it doesn't work, you need to call the front desk immediately, because the longer you delay, the longer you're gonna have to wait for maintenance to come upstairs and fix things. For a larger, busier convention, you really want to be fast about this, which is one of the perks of arriving early to a convention. Again, the longer you wait before calling, the longer you're gonna be waiting for maintenance to arrive. In my experience, I've had to call anywhere from 3 to 4 times for someone to, for example, bring us up a fridge at FWA. As more and more people arrive to the hotel, the staff will become more occupied with other customers' requests. The queue starts to fill up, and you've got a long wait on your hands, or pause, whichever you have. So again, don't postpone any of this, unless you want to be miserable. Noise ordinance. Do not get loud at 3 in the morning knowing full well the people next door could be, I don't know, sleeping. Not everyone wants to party that late at a furry convention, as hard as it may be to believe. Trust me, some of those people might be dealers who have to wake up bright and early to prepare their tables, inventory, security guards, and so on. Same rule applies to a wooing at 3 in the morning in the hallways. But that doesn't mean a wooing should be illegal. Legalize a woo. Now, if you do have inconsiderate neighbors, like I did at FWA for example, just knock on their door politely and just ask them to, just keep it down a little bit. If they don't comply, or you don't know which room the noise is coming from, you need to call the front desk. Most hotels have quiet hours, usually starting after 10 or 11 p.m. Basically, if you violate the noise policy one too many times, you could be escorted from your hotel room, and your whole convention trip was a waste of time, lest you find a vacant room from the hotel down the street at 4 in the morning. And good luck with that if you're at a big convention. Do you like the soothing sound of white noise? Does it help you sleep at night? Some hotels have thermostats equipped with these infrared sensors that can shut off the air conditioning if no movement is sensed in the room, basically as an effort for them to save energy. Now, I've only encountered one hotel where this was a problem, but it is something to keep in mind. For me, I like to have the AC's fan on constantly when I'm sleeping at night. There's just something about white noise that soothes me to sleep. And I know I'm not alone on that, but just in case there are problems, get a small fan from Dollar General or Walmart or whatever. Seriously, they can help keep your fursuits dry too. Use your creativity. Which brings me to my next point. Make use of your furniture. Make use of what you have. The lamp, the bedpost, the closet, all of the things. Don't just throw your fursuit on the floor and call it a night. Make use of the amenities the hotel gives you, like the closet. Hang your fursuit up in there. Now, if you have the option between using a credit card or a debit card at the hotel, use a credit card. Why? There's always a chance your information could be swiped and stolen from using their ATM, for instance. These scenarios are always more likely to occur during busy events like a furry convention? I don't know. That's when criminals know they can take advantage of others, unfortunately. Of course, also be responsible with your spending limits. Do not go overboard. Don't spend more than what you have, pretty much. Don't spend more than you can afford. But speaking of money, bring some cash. Why? Because sometimes the ATMs don't work. Sometimes the merchant's card readers don't work. Other times using your card can be a risky venture, as I previously mentioned, especially if you only have a debit card. In some ways, having cash is actually better than using plastic since no one can steal your muns as easily. Just don't be that one person who flaunts their money and wallet around acting like they have all the money in the world. That's a very good way to get robbed. That's just dumb. Another reason to keep a few bucks on the side? Tips. You need to tip your bellhop and your delivery driver because that's a thing in the States for some reason. It just is. 15 to 20% is the normal tip rate for your Domino's delivery pizza driver. So if you order $20 in food, just give them a $3 to $5 tip. So how much do you tip the door attendant or the bellhop? $1 to $2 per bag, or if you have a lot of luggage, I would say an extra $5 to $10, somewhere around there. Food, because we all gotta consume edible matter at some point, unless you're a robot, in which case, why are you watching this? Go download some RAM or something. Shoot. Anyway, do you like convenience, have some money, like a lot of money, relatively speaking, tired out from fursuiting and you want dinner ASAP, or you're just lazy like me, pick up that pamphlet they left you on your table or nightstand and take a look at the room service menu. Now the pictures of that sandwich or that burger might look good, but it does come at a cost. It's friggin' expensive. Seriously. I get hotels are business, and I know they're in the business to make money, obviously. I mean, it's a business, duh. I'm sure there's a reason backing the logistics behind pricing a club sandwich at $20+, but to me, I'd rather that $20 go towards a large pizza that'll go much, much further than filling the tummy of one person, for the most part. Room service food is just expensive, in my opinion. The food isn't necessarily bad. If anything, in my experience, it's pretty darn good. But me being me, I want to stretch my dollar as far as I possibly can. Because we all know how expensive convention trips already are. If you're like me, just order pizza or order through Uber Eats. Both options are much cheaper and you get more bang for your buck. But there is one thing you should know before ordering any food, regardless of if it's from Pizza Hut, Domino's, room service, or whatever. Number 1, make sure they're still open. Don't order 20 large pizzas 5 minutes before they close. Please, don't be a jerk. You need to plan all of this out before it gets too late. And number 2, order early. I mean at least like an hour early, especially if it's Saturday. Delivery drivers and cooks are all going to be under 100% workload Friday and Saturday night during a big, bustling furry convention. And again, remember to tip your driver. Leaving the hotel. Now, once your stay has ended, you need to request a receipt from the front desk if they haven't emailed one to you. Why? Sometimes things go awry or there are glitches in the hotel system where you may have been charged for something you never asked for, like premium Wi-Fi for instance. You need to comb through the receipt before you leave to make sure everything is in order. If your bill came out way higher than expected, review your bill. Things like hotel room taxes can add a small but noticeable expense to your receipt. Compare the total bill to the reservation receipt you received after your room was booked. If things appear to be wildly different, maybe you signed up for Wi-Fi, which sometimes isn't free for some reason. Did anyone make any long-distance calls on that nightstand telephone? Because hotels like to charge for that. Did someone order room service without letting you know? You need to check everything, talk to your roommates, make sure everyone's honest with each other. Because if they're not, you might have a bad time. Anyway, if you still can't figure out what's going on, go to the front desk and explain your situation before leaving. Now, if you can't do that because you've got a flight to catch or whatever, see if you can postpone it. Now again, if you can't postpone that flight, just call the front desk of the hotel as soon as you possibly can to resolve the matter. Anyway, that's all I could think of for my hotel tips video thing. If you found it helpful, consider giving it a like, maybe leave a comment, like, have you ever had any problems with hotel billing before? Were you ever charged for something you didn't ask for? Or perhaps I should have covered another hotel tip I didn't mention. Also, subscribe, ring the little bell thingamajig, and share it with your other furry friendos. Yeah, if it wasn't apparent, I'm very tired, it's hot. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!